Navi's turn to ban.
Hello everybody and welcome to your lower bracket round 1. That is right, we actually have Navi versus Polarity playing up in the lower bracket round 1, our best of 3 first elimination game. It'll be either Navi or Polarity knocked out of the EPICENTER European Qualifier. We have 2 elimination games today, both Navi and Polarity, and then we go into London Conspiracy going up against Vegas. So it should be an action-packed evening. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm hoping my co-caster is looking forward to it as well. Heen, the expert, the master, the mind, the man that actually says interesting things while I just scream at a screen. Welcome to the broadcast.
Speaking of interesting, do you know how to pronounce Purple's name? I looked him up, and I don't think he has an alias other than that thing.
Very good question. Hang on, let me have a quick check. I will see if I can find you an answer. It's Xena.
Xena, okay.
Xena is like, what I actually have notes for this. Would you believe? If you want to try and pronounce his real name, you can give that a shot as well.
I think I'll pass. Xena, like the Princess Warrior Xena.
That's his real name right there. I didn't even like. That is just gonna be perfect. But yeah, we're gonna call him because it's Xena, but it's with a ZH at the front of it.
Okay.
But I believe it's actually pronounced Xena.
Yeah, I wasn't able to watch Polarity's like the earlier series when they were still in the winners bracket, so I honestly don't have too much info on them. I'm obviously very aware of the players on that team. But I feel like Navi are gonna run into the same issue that this roster is kind of new, so they're just gonna have to go with the flow and just pick up heroes that kind of suit their comfort zone. So they're gonna go with the Batrider, which is like one of the top picks for a general. It might be a Dundee Batrider, but they usually stick to why not just have the Batrider in general, since he seems to perform on that hero all the time.
Yeah, we saw its effect at Dota Pit. Obviously, where Navi had 2 of probably the hardest matchups of their lives. Them, but general, yeah, his Batrider highly prioritized, and they're gonna follow up with a solid support as well. For the information, like Polarity's actually only played 1 series with this new roster. Only played the 1 series, and that was their 2-0 against Power Rangers, which they lost. It didn't end well, is the best way of putting that one. Yeah, but they are also attempting to do what a lot of other teams are doing now, where they're actually running this Armlet CK core picked up in the second phase. And they also attempted to do something with like a Prophet Ursa, Death Prophet on Dire side, and ended up failing. So, yeah. We'll see how they go tonight. That game, it was, well, I was only going to say it's a fair while ago. It was on the 29th of last month. So it really wasn't that long ago. But they're a new team. They're trying to synergize themselves and develop, and we'll see just how well they can do it.
Yeah, I think we might see some crazy picks because just the nature of this roster is like a completely new roster, and Lil is captaining right now, which I don't think Lil ever captained in the past. So usually when you have a new captain, someone who doesn't really have experience captaining before, he probably had a lot of crazy ideas that never got to see light while he was in Virtus Pro. So yeah, like the CK you mentioned, it's kind of a niche pick. Some teams like it, but most teams generally don't play CK at all. With the IO picked up though, we're not seeing a CK ban, so either Navi's ready for this or they haven't done their homework.
Okay, I've got a whole bunch of messages, so the person who I talked to get his pronunciation right was obviously wrong. At least Twitch chat saying it's actually pronounced Jenna.
Jenna
is how you say his name.
Okay.
That's at least the pronunciation I'm seeing coming out of the Twitch chat. And for now, you know what? I'll have faith in the Twitch chat. I'm all for that.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, like just looking past all their memes, Twitch chat can be pretty useful at times.
I used to call them the brains trust. So if there's anything you ever wanted to find out, Twitch chat would find it out for you. Especially the Twitch chats which are focused and bringing information and not just memes. Right,
yeah, it's like a troll version of Wikipedia, basically.
That's an interesting way to look at him, but I'm fine with that. Polarity, okay, so both their supports,
10 seconds.
We've got a
remaining.
primary roamer in Earth Spirit and Wisp just to make one lane work.
5
It
seconds.
feels a little
remaining.
weaker compared to something like Batrider and Bane, like your first two pickups. You got so much control from these
Reserve
guys.
time.
Yes, if Earth Spirit hits his mark, it's gonna be great. But are you okay with Wisp and Earth Spirit being in both the same team?
Radiant team.
Generally, I try to avoid two supports that are more optimal as a 4 position. Both these heroes are generally the 4 position. They kind of need to get items. They don't have the greatest way to farm. Yet items really help them perform well in the game. So I'm guessing the IO is gonna rush bottle, and the Earth Spirit's gonna kind of like, he's gonna sacrifice himself,
10
buy the Korean
seconds
wards
remaining.
early on. He might have to play less aggressive and kind of resort
5
to
seconds
pulling
remaining.
creeps in the safe lane to secure that level 2 and 3, and then start making
Reserve
moves.
time.
Yeah, so what you mentioned as the Batrider Bane is it's like they start off the draft on Na'Vi with like really strong pressure, and they already picked up the Invoker too, so I think Polarity have to be pretty careful in picking the last 2 heroes. They want to ideally pick heroes that are also strong on their own right, because when you go too greedy, you might just lose all your lanes and your game plan never sees light.
Just don't know how you can like avoid going greedy when you got 2 supports like this. Like maybe you can get like an aggressive level where you get like I was talking about it before, the CK. You could go the CK in combination with the IO and try and find kills on the Batrider on the off lane. Another hero who's been up a lot against offlane Batriders is the Slark. He would actually he would synergize okay in this lineup, but you're missing out on a lot of stuns.
Yeah, I think Slark is pretty good against Batrider, but in the laning phase, he does, like, with Anayo and Earth Spirit, who aren't exactly the static laners that are going to make sure Slark gets close to free farm, he might struggle a bit because, Dark Pact or not,
10
Firefly,
seconds remaining.
it's going to hurt, or it's going to allow Batrider to just get way too much
Navi's
CS or
turn to
pull
pick.
creeps.
Can you feel the greed? Can you feel the greed? Doombringer pick up as the 4th. It's actually kind of funny to watch a Doombringer being picked up in the 4th phase. In the 2nd phase as the 4th pick. Because normally at this point of the game, he's been picked up to counter Chens and Enchantresses. You run that Hand of Midas mid player, and you have a Doombringer.
10 seconds remaining.
And you're just able to devour the creep. You only go 1 point up in the devour,
5
Yeah,
seconds
or
that's,
as a counter to OD. But both of these Lil doesn't have a problem with.
Well, I think Doom also
Reserved.
counters Invoker pretty nicely. OD can't really do anything against when he's doomed. Same for Invoker, although it might be harder to get close enough to Invoker, seeing as how he has like all those annoying spells that might disable Blink, or he can just actually turn around and kill the Doom. Whereas OD can't really, he doesn't have that much burst, whereas Invoker can, if he has Forge Spirits, he can cold snap the Doom, and Doom might not die without getting the Doom off. But if he does get the Doom on Invoker, that's going to be your top, likely Invoker is going to be top net worth on his team, and it's going to be pretty useless.
I can understand that.
Yeah, but seeing as how the IO and Earth Spirit are already there, Doom is going to have to play offlane, which might be pretty tough. Yeah, Na'Vi pick up the Ursula Bane is like a nightmare for Doom.
I actually don't understand like how this Doom is meant to function. There's just so much like control on him. Even if you do get the Doom on the Invoker, Na'Vi have ways where they could either disengage
seconds
or they just
remaining.
have the Ursa go wild. And they're still missing one more support hero.
5
You've got
seconds
your Bane, but Na'Vi, if they want to, they can run junglers, they can run combos. Say hello to the Chaos Knight now, so
Na'Vi
Polarity
is
will actually go
turned
with
to
that hero. There's an Omni Knight pickup from Na'Vi as their final one. So
It was an
they've got
instant
heals,
Omni
they've got
pick, too.
protections. This is Na'Vi. You said like they had to just draft their comfort zone. It seems like they've got exactly that.
Omni Knight is pretty good against CK in general because you can't Reality Rift into repel targets. But they have Doom for it. I'm trying to work out like how the team fights are gonna go. With CK, I can see Earth Spirit finding a target, or Doom or the Earth Spirit finding a target, then you relocate in with a CK. And what the Navi's way of counterplaying that is like the Guardian Angel with the Invoker combos. We'll have to see. It's just too much theory crafting right now. We have to see the lanes, if they're going to be standard.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you can expect Polarity to run like standard lanes. Like, what are you gonna do? Run a tri lane with Chaos Knight, Wisp, as well as CK as an aggro tri lane? Doesn't make as much sense for this when you just like send Phobos, Iron Talon kind of style through the game. So we are off. Lil, quick out of the blocks. Already looking to plant down that early Observer Ward. Is he going to put it up on the hill? He is actually going in. Yeah, he is going to leave it up on the hill.
Yeah, it looks like it's actually the IO who's going to play as a 5. Because Earth Spirit didn't really buy that many items, and IO chose not to go for the bottle rush. He's going to go for like a mix of regen, a lot of regen. With a Fairy Fire though, I can see this working. You don't really have to get bottle if you're not gonna be mid-centric.
Instead, he just sticks with Pasha on the bottom lane. All you gotta do is continuously pull the lane, stack it up, get you quick levels, and then once he's got level 6, then you got that relocate online, and Polarity can start to look to get very aggressive. I still can't believe that like we got through an entire draft where that was like the Prophet wasn't even banned or touched in this game. It feels a little odd.
Have you seen General play Nature's Prophet? I don't think it's their hero. They just don't like that playstyle of Nature's Prophet, possibly.
But to actually, like, for Phobos to pick up something like a Doombringer as opposed to the Prophet as well.
The battle begins.
Alright, and we're just seeing that hero do amazing things, especially when you got, like, Relocate as well. Like, it's a full global team where, like, Na'Vi will be forced to 5-man group up. So the first bounty rune's got an OD as well as the Invoker, so nothing unusual at the start. Lane is going to be pretty normal. It's going to be general for the off lane up against the Wisp CK safe lane. We've got a semi-dual lane to start in the mid, whereas Earth Spirit going to try and team up with the OD, a popular combination of late to try and get an advantage on Dendi, but Arstar will stick with him for now to make sure that Dendi will be safe. Surprisingly, already leveling up the Brain Sap as opposed to the Nightmare Control having it up his sleeve. Top lane will be Didira. It'll be the Ursa Warrior, supported by Seneko, and Phobos is already farming up in the jungle. Hello mid lane. And they actually go on art style with the Brain Sap, that Sunstrike. It's looking good. Lil, oh, the imprisoment's there. Dendi can't find the kill. Afro will actually get it, but Dendi's still in a good position, potentially for a double kill, but not when that Fairy Fire gets expended. He'll only get the one unless the Earth Spirit. But Afro, did he just like lose his South then as well?
Yeah, he did. He was salving up, but I felt like Alpha could have fought that. He did have the Fairy Fire. Felt like they could have gone for a potential double kill on Dendi, but he kind of let his...
They're balling in again. They're having another crack. Dendi's going to get a little bit more damage out of that Alacrity, but Arstar's so low. And with the imprisonment, Dendi's taken out. Lil trying to line himself up. He's got level 2 now, and Dendi going to be kicked a little bit further away. Afro starting with the orb attacks as well. Dendi very low. There's the ball forward. And Earth Spirit Lil's going to be bringing down Dendi. 3-1, just the mid lane. For all of these kills, every other lane's been pretty normal apart from bottom lane where General, very, very low. One more attack, Io's gonna get it. And we're looking at a 4-1 situation in favor of Polarity against Na'Vi.
Oh, holy crap, this game is going in the complete opposite direction of what we forecasted. We looked at Na'Vi's lineup and we're like, okay, these are some strong laning heroes. 4-1 before the 2-minute mark. Oh, this mid lane. I feel like... Yeah,
chance with Afro. Brain Sap, and you got DJ Nora to slow him down as well. Snake is just going to keep up with him. The Sunstrike, Afro, he felt it coming, tried to dodge it, but now Dendi will find that kill. It just feels a little odd. That's why I was waiting for like Nightmare to come up from the Bane, just so we can buy space for Dendi to fight, expecting like OD and Earth Spirit to get up in his face. But it didn't end up happening. We ended up having this like trade-off semi-bloodbath in the middle. Like an off-lane Batrider going down to a CK, you can understand that.
Well, I don't blame the Bane Batrider. I mean, the Bane for not getting Nightmare. It's just not a cost-efficient skill at the mid lane.
Yep.
Especially, yeah, there's no follow for Dendi. It was just a matter of execution and Earth Spirit having more items. If you notice, art style is so poor. He died twice before the 2-minute mark, which makes things worse, but they just had to respect the limits better. Like OD and Earth Spirit stats wise are gonna out damage the Bane and the invoke early on. But I think Dundee should be fine now. He got the return kill. He's 2-1. He has Alacrity.
He's actually using that to find as much CS as he can up against the OG. In fact, is now ahead in both denies, by 8 denies in fact, as well as the normal CS. There is one person who is just having the time of his life because Doombringer has done absolutely nothing against him. But the Doom is still managed to find level 4, so we're expecting this kind of thing to end up happening. Imprisonment, ball, a little bit early there from Lil. He went straight past the tower, and General's also rotated over with a cold snap. The Ursprit ends up getting himself killed with 4 players from Na'Vi rallying to the mid. But the one player I want to talk about is the one that's not moving at all. It's the Ursa Warrior. Raz getting complete free reign of that top lane.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're gonna get an early lifesteal on the Ursa and get a Roche pre-10 minutes, so it looks like Bane, Afonenja might be in trouble.
Yeah, he's in trouble because Arstyle's still got that haste ring. So Seneko wants to give a little bit of extra security, putting the repel over on Denny, but Arstyle, he doesn't have the mana, but they got the Sunstrike. Afo, he dodges it barely. The damage output is just not enough until Seneko gets behind him. The D-Gen Aura, it's not close enough anymore. Afo's been able to outrun him. And Dendy is escaping out from Lil, who tried to boulder himself over Dendy unsuccessfully. So very low on life. Afo will be forced back out of mid lane, but Dendy Polarity, they've moved in. Phobos chasing after Dendy with that score shot. Arstyle needs to create some more space, but cannot do it. In fact, now he may lose his own life until Seneko will arrive with both Repel and Purify, just warding off that Doombringer. But now you got a level 5 Doombringer thanks to that kill over on the Invoker. And General died again on bottom lane.
Phobos is doing an amazing job. He doesn't really have a lane. He's been jungling and getting some assists, but this is pretty good levels. Level 5 at 5 minutes. The Ursa is getting free farm, but had he stayed in the lane, it's not like that would have changed anyway. In fact, it might have made things worse if he fed even a kill to the Ursa. I think Phobos is kind of known for these kind of plays, though. His offlane style. He's I noticed that he often went to the jungle like right from the start, whereas some other offlaners prefer to create pressure or tie down the supports. Phobos, he's having none of that, especially against this lane.
Well, he can't add any pressure. Like, if it's a Darkseer and you put Iron Shells in the lane, then it would make sense, because Denny Ra would burn consumables, so you'd have some level of presence which would slow down the CS, but you're a Doombringer, right? Like, you're not gonna do that. So you get Iron Talon, Devour's gonna help you get there, and off he goes in the jungle. And the priority thing is him hitting level 6. So as long as he can reach that, then you got his big ulti online, his score shot's already doing work. And he's got the early combination as well of like the easy regeneration, but it's more importantly having the shockwave plus the Infernal Blade up and running. It actually does quite a significant amount of damage early on.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see how the CK and Ursa come online, because both of these heroes are pretty damn active, especially the CK with the IO. He's gonna be so scary. Not sure what he's gonna go for, the armlet or the drums first.
Chaos Knight?
Yeah.
Most players have just been going directly into armlet. Even our Danish boys, a team in the south, in the European region, obviously because they're from Denmark, they go direct armlet when they build the melee core like an alchemist. They should go directly into that armlet.
Yeah, he did get a bracer, so possibly a drums. I was gonna say
top lane
I mean,
Seneko.
possibly. Yeah.
Wow, they actually just doom him as well. They're wasting no time. Seneko will die here. He can't deny himself off. No one's TPing in as well to help him, so they're accepting his fate, and Doom will go down. As in cooldown.
It's kind of those situations where both. Like, Doom is happy to use his Doom. It's not like he's gonna save it for a really important core, and it's gonna be harder to kill a core with Doom. So the first Doom, you can just kind of use it on everyone, and Seneko at the same time, he's happy to take the sacrifice. He's gonna let his team know he got Doom. Probably means Phobos is not gonna make a lot of rotations for the next 2 minutes or so. And look at Ursa, Dichara already starting on that Roche we talked about.
They see it happening though. Seneko came down to help, and because he did that, he walked underneath the Observer Ward. After Dichara was actually smoked when he went into the pit, Slank Polarity didn't respond, and now they're bringing over support. Marsha, well, there's already your Phantasm triggered. Roshan killed off by the Dart. Aegis Immortal is in the hands of Didier Ra, and they'll try and take this fight. They've already lost Arsal, however, Na'Vi. But how much damage have they got? Not enough when the Purification explodes the Io. You are having a little bit more luck with Dendy until they lose sight of him thanks to the Invis. That's his Ghost Walk going to work. So a 2-for-1 trade-off as Didier Ra tries to go further. Those face boots on cooldown, but he's chasing after Lil, who's still got Boulder available as Phobos. Purification, gonna be careful, but then with that kick from the Earth Spirit, they bought so much space until General tries to remove it by lassoing back Phobos deeper towards that tier 1 tower. Repel is up on him, and Dandy is so low! The Doombringer will actually find the kill just by being in the neighborhood. With the return of the Io, he'll bring him the Wisp Spirit Balls. Get a little bit more damage out, and also the protection of the Doombringer to get him back past the tier 1 tower and away from the open hands of Na'Vi.
Yeah, I think that could have gone worse for Na'Vi. They were lucky that the Ursa was able to get the Aegis, like, God forbid the CK stole the Aegis. It was just in time for Ursa to get the Aegis, and good presence of mind from Soneko. He repelled Ursa before they killed the Roche, just in case CK might stun the Ursa and steal it. I think the death towards the end of the fight, Dendy didn't really have to die there, but he didn't really see the whole scope of the battle where the Io was going to revive and come back and heal up the Doom. But I say it's a pretty, like, neither side is feeling too bad about it. The Ursa still has Aegis. It's not like Polarity lost too much from that fight.
Everything's still looking pretty even for now. And like, what are you even going to do with the Aegis the Immortal? He also picks up a Mask of Madness, so he can be a little bit more aggressive, but Polarity is still very capable of kiting him for the moment. It looks like Polarity are actually going to try and gank. Doom is back off cooldown. He doesn't want to take the regeneration rune because it will reveal his position, but it'll work. They'll walk up and they'll find Didier Ra. They need to kill him off, however, without using the Doom to burn the Aegis Immortal, which they'll be able to do so. R-Style's rotating over and they're actually expecting more support to arrive. But it doesn't, so they just burned the Aegis Immortal and that will be all. No big abilities gone for it.
Toby, I'm getting robotic sounds from you.
Okay, that's not
sure
cool.
If you're
still sounding fine, man.
Okay, that's what matters. How I sound, all right? But
does anyone really care what I say? Not really.
I can kind of make out what you're saying, but I'll just kind of play along.
We can restart, man. We can restart it if that helps.
Sorry?
We can restart the call if you want.
Yeah. Let's try that.
Okay, let's see what happens and hope that we actually keep the quality connection of Peen. Alright, let's give this a shot now.
Yeah, it's kind of the same, but I can only hope that time fixes the audio issues. I think we jinxed it when we celebrated the perfect audio quality early on.
We failed so badly.
Yeah, Ursa losing that Aegis there, kind of unfortunate because I'm thinking DTR really to get Blink Dagger and then make a play with the Blink Aegis. Without the Blink, he's not going to be able to make the best use of the Aegis, I feel. And both teams kind of in a stalemate situation. I don't think they're going to make plays anytime like real soon because General is so close to his Blink. We might see Phobos and Lil try to kill the DTR on top, but he seems pretty aware.
If they can find him, they'll go for it because they've got the support. Unfortunately, right now they're walking underneath the dire Observer Ward, so their entire movement, R-Style's going to go straight into it. Fiend's grip up, and you got Forge Spirits, then you're going to likely buff up as well, but the kick actually hits Soneko, so that heal may not be there, and the relocate is on its way. The Doombringer's already down, and, well, say goodbye to Lil. Into the tree line, even with Magnetize, he won't be able to survive that. And
yeah,
I saw the relocate coming, but it looks like Io actually stopped himself halfway through it.
Or, General kind of.
Yeah,
it might have been General. Yeah, General might have used Flame Break possibly on the IO as he was relocating.
Could have been possible. It wouldn't have been last suit because it's obviously still off cooldown. The Flame Break.
Yeah, that was really.
So now General's in trouble. Oh, he's so close again. Purification. Soneko just has to be this extra help. The flame break pushing Io away. Burn won't be enough to kill him, so we're okay on that front. The general just needs now to buy that blink dagger.
Yep, there he goes.
Got to keep our
There's
timing
some-
on Roshan as well.
Has fallen.
We are playing with
Yeah.
Mercer on a dire side team.
And Navi just took the top tier 1 tower from Polarity, but they noticed that they didn't respond, so the Batrider is going to have a pretty good idea that a good portion of Polarity's heroes are on the bottom side of the map. Wondering if they're going to make a play right now or wait for more.
More can come in 1 second. Here comes Phobos. And Io, yep, simple in, 3 seconds on the stun, General go for the lasso, and the Fiend's Grip as well, committed from Arsal on top of Phobos, so they're actually layering their stuns, but Pasha, damn, that guy's got so much damage. It's a 2-for-1 trade-off. Got a little bit of trouble here from the Io, who actually relocates himself back to base into the world of safety, but Tendi, with a rotation over from Afro, just instantly pops. The Io is going to be coming back in just a moment too, so he'll actually tether himself over towards Pasha, giving him the extra buff up. But really, he wasn't even required. While Afo's there, Na'Vi was going in 1 by 1, and they lose everyone apart from Diddy Ra, who just was absent.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, what a fight from Polarity. I think using both Lasso and Fiend's Grip on Doom it's really risky because...
Diddy Ra, is he really going to go for this? He's having the crack, he goes into enrage, he's waiting for Lil to come out. Lil's going to go for the kick, needs a little bit more time, and the Io's going to buy it for him.
Holy crap,
But they
Lil
protect
actually
the
got that.
tier 1 tower and they'll deny it off, so there is the advantage from that. No one was lost from Na'Vi, and they took something from Polarity. Wow, they
Yeah, it looks
actually
like-
oh, wow. Okay. Seneko even pinged out the exact point of that Observer Ward, and he missed it with the 2 sentries.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
They'll
I
get
think he
something
noticed
going.
because
They'll
the
get-
Batrider...
They'll get Lil.
Radiant's
Kick is
bottom
coming,
tower
Danny's going to be with them.
is
With the meteorite dropping down, okay, maybe not. Extra help is there from the Io. Lil, nah, they do still find the kill. Goaty Imprisonment couldn't create the space. Try and take out that double damage rune General. Sunstrike perfectly on the mark, but no!
Oh, no!
Hostile! It is a nightmare of a move. He actually stops Denny from getting the kill. Batrider will be there to mop up the pieces, but now General's in way too deep. Phobos turns on the Doom on the Omni Knight, so there's no Guardian Angel, there's no heal for Dira. The Bears are mad. They find the kill. There's actually Denny who gets the last hit over on that Doombringer. Seneko, he'll survive through this Doom, so there's no reason to deny him off. He'll purify himself up and he'll get an Urn Charge as well. And they'll have to wait a minute for Roshan to spawn. Well, that's lucky. A regeneration rune, and lucky part is the Doomling, which was chasing the entire time. Thanks to the consumption of the Mud Golem, cancels off the regeneration rune.
Yeah, lucky for Polarity that Roche is not up yet. If the Roche had an early spawn, that would have been like an uncontested Roche for sure. I think we're seeing some problems from Polarity. They kind of, as the game goes on and we're seeing larger scale team fights, they're lacking control somewhat. It's just like way too much of a job for Earth Spirit to lock down everyone or the CK. It's almost like Na'Vi are always in control of who gets a jump first. Because the Batrider is a superior initiation compared to like the Doom, or Earth Spirit is way too poor and under farmed to really make plays at this point. Like he can't just go in and expect to commit it. Like he's just gonna die right away. So.
But can't Polarity be also okay with that? Like their lineup seems to be more like structured around counter initiation of Na'Vi. So Batrider jumps in, you're able to like relocate the target out. Or you get a Reality Rift or an OD Imprisonment, something along these lines. Like, it seems better that way. But at the same time, like we haven't seen those abilities being used to perfection. Like Na'Vi's getting right up in their face, and it's almost this scramble of who's able just to walk away.
And the Roche goes to Na'Vi. I think this is like one of the most typical scenarios where Dire trades their tier 1 safe lane for, oh, that was so close, General. He blinked out at the right moment.
Radiant's bottom
also-
Yeah,
tower
you mentioned
is under
the
attack.
you mentioned the relocate as a counter to
Radiant
Lasso, but I think if
structures are
General
fortified.
is smart about it,
Oh,
he's not gonna.
Style, you are way too deep, bro. He was trying to get the kill over on Lil. He's going to nightmare up, but that's not going to stop anything. He keeps the vision, but
Radiant's
he
bottom
wasn't
tower
buying
is
time. If he was
falling.
looking for the Sunstrike coming out from Dendi, like, Dendi can give it a shot now if he wants to. But he didn't actually have Invoker. It was on cooldown for 20 seconds when Arstyle first started attempting to chase down Lil.
Dire's middle
Look at the
tower
smoke
is
coming
under
out from
attack.
the duo
Dire's
of Batrider
structures
and
are
Invoker.
fortified.
They're not gonna give up this tower easily. With the Aegis on Ursa, he's gonna go in probably on the Doom.
Yeah, there's your jump. They got double blink daggers, both Dendi as well as Didier Ra. The Whisper's still in there trying to get the life over, but General, oh my! There's just too much DK for them to deal with. The Guardian Angel didn't protect enough. The OD improvement as well, stopping Na'Vi from just having the control. They want Pasha in again. Dendi, too pleased with all the illusions. They'll drop the OD ulti. Tanaka walks out. The magic one shots give him a little bit more to fight with. But where is the extra help? Didier Ra needs to walk out, but he's going to try and fight into Pasha. The Fiend's Grip from Arstar finds just enough space, but they're still losing all three cores of Na'Vi. Arstar will go down as well. Afro Ninja picks himself up 3 kills. And they'll take the tier 1 tower in the mid lane as well. A worthwhile trade for just the CK.
Yeah, what a disaster of a fight for Na'Vi. I thought even though they lost, who was it? Someone was missing at the beginning of the fight. Might have been Artstyle. But they had the Aegis on Ursa, so I thought they had a fighting chance. But and Dendi wasn't able to do anything in that team fight. I think he might have invoked the wrong skills. He keeps going for these Meteor Blasts without proper setup.
He came in with Alacrity as well as Meteor into that fight.
Yeah, but I feel like that's way too optimistic. Something like Ice Wall might be more reliable, and in fact, it might allow his team to do more damage because Ursa needs lockdown right now.
Like if he had the Aghanim Scepter, it might be a little bit easier, just because of like obviously the interaction with Invoke. But when he has to wait so damn long, he's got 1 point up in Invoke. He has to wait 22 seconds every time he wants to invoke a new spell.
Yeah, I think right now on Na'Vi, the main point of discussion is who to repel. I think everyone wants repel right now. You saw the Batrider go in and he just got demolished in like less than 2 seconds, literally. And so do you put the repel on Batrider so he doesn't just die right away at the start of the fight, or our style?
This is 8th death in 21 minutes. Obviously he was on a warning job right now.
Yeah, but going back to the discussion on Na'Vi, who to repel, because Invoker, I think everyone is vulnerable to just getting slammed by CK if they don't have repel on.
But the
So
only
the
person who could probably survive it is the Ursa, which makes him like priority target number 1. Like the fact you just like Enrage should be allowing you to at least man fight the CK. The issue is all the illusions as well. Navi's got no way to clear them.
Yeah, that's true. Later on, Invoker might be able to help somewhat with Ags, and he's only level 11 though. This is really Dendi is so behind. Usually his Invokers doesn't have too many deaths.
Dira's gonna try and have a crack at him, and now there's your Enrage, Phobos. One more attack from Dira would do it. The Doom's already down. General, they need a little bit more slow on Phobos, but he triggers the drum charge to the 4-star. No, they push General forward. There's not enough damage now. Dira, that Doom is bringing him very close to death, and he will go down. Yep, they can't even get the denial off. General also coming in way too close. 2 heroes again down from Na'Vi. And Arstar slowed down by that Rod of Atos. The repel will allow him to move back, and Afro can no longer do the damage. But do you even care at this point? Phobos just survived an initiation from an Ursa, which looked pretty damn good.
They're in so much trouble. The creeps are here actually, and CK has ult. Holy crap.
Na'Vi's in so much with such a world of hurt, and they're actually now got the purge creep inside of Phobos. Arstyle's Fiend's Grip doesn't do anything with the defensive imprisonment, so Arstyle's already down. This game is actually over. Like, Na'Vi have lost their base. I don't even care if these tier 2 towers are up on the side. Like, if they wanted to, they could just go for tier 4s at the moment. Polarity are in that strong a position. But they're going to give a little bit of respect, and they will be backing out.
Oh man, I worry for Navi so much. I don't think worry is the right word. It's like an understatement. Like Navi to somehow come back in this game, they need to get organized about their team fight plans. Because what we saw happen just now in the dire jungle right here, I don't think there was proper communication. Like the Ursa got doomed, and they could have just gotten the doom, like a return kill, but I could tell General was sort of scared of getting counter-initiated, and like if he were to die, they're gonna have some major problems defending the racks, like which they did. It's like almost like they're playing out the game, and they're like CK is a bigger problem than they initially thought it would be, because we talked about Navi. If they'd done their homework, they're going to be aware that the CK pick was a possibility. So they obviously had some discussion about how to handle it. But in this game, we're not seeing it. It's just like, no, everyone is afraid of being on the same screen as CK, and here he comes.
Fly out style. That damage is brutal. And they're all a long way from home. Have they actually got... Okay, they've actually got a good opening. What? No! General! Oh, no!
Radiant's bottom tower is
They didn't properly see him. That has to be the only reason for this. And now Diddy Rara is going to be killed off because General went the wrong way. Enrage won't protect you from that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, they had a pretty good idea that they were surrounded. Polarity were close to Radiant jungle. And like looking at OD, how tanky he is, they might not have gotten the kill. It's hard to, if they were perfectly synced in terms of what they wanted to do, like just kill the OD right here, then Ursa would have to immediately pop overpower and the ult.
Yeah, but you can see the indecision. You can see like General just like, I need to get up to the side, so like I'm capable of surviving in a place where Polarity won't be able to chase me. And the Ursa wanted the kill. The Ursa wanted blood. Because it would have slowed down this push.
Yeah, because like you gotta look at what happened earlier. It was those two exact heroes, like the Batrider and Ursa, that got into a sticky situation and they lost to Rax. And had they committed for the OD and at the end of the lasso, OD astrals himself and they get cleaned up, oh my god, that's gonna possibly mean another set of Rax. And this time TK has Manta. Just you might have to deal with how many illusions? 5 illusions if he gets the extra spawn.
That's too much CK to do. Well on Pasha. The hill troll jumped and traded positions with him. There's no repel anymore. Like there's no like free BKB. You've got diffuser blade, like you've got the purge already on the doom.
I think he's gonna get relocated out.
Where's that timing? What? Oh no! No! Because he phantasm demanded, the Wiz couldn't work out which one was real. He relocated out, but he didn't bring the CK with him. Navi get themselves a bone, and the Ursa's gonna munch on it. The Yulset will buy Io a little bit of time, but not enough. Double kill comes the way of art style.
Yeah, that was a much needed kill from Navi, and I think if Polarity played that perfectly, they wouldn't even have gotten the kill. Relocate was kind of late, and the Phantasm just made it worse. It wasn't even that he couldn't find the real one. I think he just wasn't on the map. Like he was like in that Netherland where Puck and OD goes to when they're out of the map.
So we have another time now where Navi is capable of taking Roshan without a real contest from Polarity. And this time it's Aegis as well as Cheese. Looks like Seneco's going to hold on to the Cheese for now, as they're a little bit worried about this Earth Spirit illusion that was coming in. You got the Aegis symbol on the back of Diddy Ra. He's completed his BKB. And Navi actually getting to a point when you've also got Nagus in the back of the Ursa, that they are capable of fighting Polarity.
Well, it depends on how they control the CK though. But I was gonna mention this Cheese might not be all that useful because no one's gonna be able to survive.
Relocate's coming up.
Like,
they're on the way north, and they're chasing up after Arstyle. Once again, he'll go down Pasha. Oh, there's that Yule Scepter from the Io that controls up General. He'll get over the hillside with a tornado from Dendy, creating some much needed space, and Diddy Ra, he's coming in for the fight. The Doom is already over on the Aegis Ursa, so he'll trigger. BKB, however, has not triggered, but you got no lasso to control. They instantly get the kick. They need the extra help. Purify, Diran needs to attack harder. He needs to kill. He's looking for the Earth Spirit. He can't kill him off. The BKB's going to run out. Ampo, with a basic attack, couldn't even throw the orb out thanks to the BKB. He'll end up getting the kill over on the Ursa, but the rest of Na'Vi still here to fight, but Apo is just so damn big. 45 stolen intelligence. He is a beast. He wants Dendi, but they need the reveal, which they do not have. The Omni-Nut has brought back Dendi. He needs to come out of it now. Tornado up. The IO is still here. He's now going to tornado the Invoker with that Yule's a deafening blast, and he needs more space. Taneko, he doesn't have Purify up, and the damage is going to be way too much. Apo's at 65 stolen intelligence, which Na'Vi are willingly fighting into. General will go down as well. There is a reason why this OD is 15-1-8. He is unstoppable at the moment against Na'Vi.
Oh man, I was gonna say this fight went surprisingly well for Na'Vi, especially towards the end where they finish off Pasha. The Bane Fiends gripped him, and Earth Spirit missed the soccer ball on him. But yeah, towards the end, Afro Ninja, he just got way too many stacks off, and Na'Vi could have backed off, but considering how dire of a situation they're in, they got greedy and they wanted, like, killing Afro Ninja at this point. It's gonna give them so much gold, but they simply don't have the power to do that. Their strength without Ursa is kind of laughable.
Because they got no DPS. Like, even with Dendi, who's coming up higher, like, a lot of his DPS is negated from the heals coming in from Polarity.
Yeah, well, it's also kind of interesting to note that, like, ideally when you think of counters to heroes like CK and OD, they're kind of the opposite. Like for OD, you want like a hero like Ursa who goes in one-to-one, just man fights, single target. And for the CK, you kind of need the opposite. You need to control the illusions somewhat, get rid of them. But I think Pasha, his illusions are just way too tanky. Dendi's not strong enough. Yeah.
Just the Manta starting this one off. He's still got Phantasm available. When the Alma turned on, Pasha tries to rip through the tier 3 tower. Fortification will be triggered from Na'Vi. They've still got trouble back at their tier 4 towers. That mid lane is already pushed in. Looks like Denny's going to buy out for a fresh BKB into this fight. Diran's preparing himself for battle. Dendy, who do you even want to go on? And, well, General trying to find the target. He's in the middle of all of the illusions. And now it's Phobos who blinked in deep. He got the Doom over on Diran. Then he's trying to escape back out of here. But then the Magnus tries to turn on Apo. No ulti. He won't even require it. It's off cooldown in about 5 seconds time. But Na'Vi will probably be dead by then. As Diran will hit the deck. Diran actually, okay, there's the light. He uses the cheese. Apo, defensive imprisonment, but he gets hit by the Sunstrike. Then he's actually going to help out in this fight. In fact, it's enough that he gets a triple kill in Polarity. They look so good. It felt so good, but it all went so wrong.
Holy crap. It's like, fight after fight, I'm really impressed, or... I mean, like, the other way to put it would be, like, Polarity is disappointing in the team fights, considering how strong they looked in the previous engagements. But they're kind of diving without an actual game plan, and Na'Vi had some critical new items, like the BKB. Dendi was so, like, that he could have died when Chaos 9 went for the first reality rift, but he was able to get the Ghost Walk off, followed by the Guardian Angel. And I suppose we haven't talked too much about the Guardian Angel in this game, because we haven't seen a lot of cases where the Guardian Angel made a big difference.
Well, most of the time, the Omni-Knight was killed before he had a chance to trigger it.
Yeah, that's true, and he got doomed a lot. And was that someone else using the cheese for Dendi?
Yeah, it was. I think it got passed over halfway through. I don't know if it was Dendi that actually gave it over to him. I also know too, like, Dendi actually did Dendi actually have more than brown boots previously?
I think he had brown boots all this game.
Okay.
He just went for Midas, Blink, into Ags, and then he got the BKB. He has so much gold all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's because he got so many of those kills. Like, he got a triple kill out of that. And considering how far behind they were, he got almost 2.5k gold just off kills in that one fight.
Yeah, then he's gonna probably think about the next item, whether to go for like an Octarine Core or possibly a Boots of Travel, because they're down a racks and they need to push out the waves as much as they can.
Haste.
Pasha almost has that BKB. He doesn't want to. Yeah, he's gonna start respecting the Invoker. He's been getting. We remember like just about 10 minutes ago, he was only level 11. Now he's 19. Soon we're gonna get to that point where he's gonna have that Ravage, and with like an Octarine core, it's gonna be on a 22-second cooldown.
And there's no way Polarity can have another fight like they just had on top lane, or else Na'Vi will win this game. Like, they're slowly repairing what was a 12,000 deficit. Right now, they've almost made the Golden Arches in the net worth. Gone a little bit further than that when it comes to the experience when Na'Vi's actually ahead again.
And
with this move, they're trying to find the kill. They got a fresh basher over on the Ursa. This timing, yeah, the timing's okay. It's still another minute and a half before Roshan could spawn up.
Oh,
they don't have
I think
proper
they saw
vision,
Lil.
but now, yeah, they find Lil. Fiend Script as well as, again, Lasso being committed. Arstal knew he was going to get that Fiend's Grip off because he's got the Aetherland Strange.
Yeah, I don't really blame them. It doesn't really matter. They're gonna back off now. They found a kill, and none of Polarity are gonna show their faces. So, using both the lasso and Fiend's Grip in this kind of situation, where both teams are gonna be more careful about when to take fights, was not a big deal. Is that Doom? And Doom's gonna go for a Shivas, and Odie already has one.
That can't be right. No, it's gotta be like a. Oh, it is.
No. It is. It's double Shivas. It's not the biggest deal. It's something you want to avoid, usually.
But you're reaching a point where you really want to have like side devices starting to appear for Polarity instead of just having like a double Shivas.
Yeah, the OD didn't want to. I think OD's line of thought was he has a BKB and he has a lot of tankiness. He just needs armor, and the Ursa. If Ursa can't touch him, he's going to be golden in team fights. But he couldn't have planned like his team losing the next 3 team fights when they were already in such a good position.
Is Octarine gonna finally get done for Dendi? Disassembling everything he's got to get it out.
Yeah, I mean, Navi's made a big comeback right now. I think the gold is only 4K in favor of Polarity, and since they were winning, and they had the racks up, that pretty much means they're quite even right now. But still, they're 1 racks down, so they have to squeeze out every value they can out of their gold, and Dendi holding on to buyback is probably, yeah, it might not be the best decision, because if you look at the way the fights are going to go, if Polarity get a good initiation off, then the way CK works, he's going to kill someone every 6 seconds, basically. Every reality rift, someone's going to die, and if he buys back into all his teammates being dead, that's kind of a useless invoker. He needs his team, so he's gonna just go for that Octarine core.
Interesting, they're gonna give the Arcane Rune over to General. This smoke maneuver isn't gonna find anything from Polarity. They were hoping to catch Na'Vi farming inside their own jungle, which is exactly where they were. They're a little bit too late to the party. Their observer wards, which they got planted, definitely saw Na'Vi move over, but they just don't see anything after that point.
Another item we haven't talked about is the Diffusal Blade on Lil. Usually when you have an Omni Knight, we're bound to talk about who's gonna get the Diffusal. And on Polarity at first, we didn't really see an obvious carrier for the Diffusal, maybe the CK, but he just had other like better items to go at the same opportunity cost. And
they weren't gonna rely on Doom to use his Purge every time.
I just found it funny that art style was repelled up. It's like you gotta stop dying, man.
Well, that's normally Seneco's job, right?
Oh, they just smoked under the Navi's ward. Navi just saw them. They just all 5 of them smoked right under the vision.
Where are they going though? Right they're looping around. So how does Navi even prepare for this? Okay, the ping came over and they're preparing to fight in this location. X marks the death spot.
Oh, they might be seeing this Shiva's aura on the creeps. They might know.
Okay, look for the timing. Here comes General, jumps in, he gets a lasso over on the tomb. Defender of Christmas there, but Guardian Angel also triggering at the same time. They want Afro down. The Fiend Script held him in position for so long. They'll throw the ulti out, but the BKBs were still up from Na'Vi. Minimal damage is done. Seneco's actually in a one-on-one battle with the Doombringer, but it looks like Polarity are coming out on top. There's a couple of them low, and not low enough to be in real jeopardy until that Sunstrike comes in. Gonna miss the targets. Then he's sending in the Forge Spirits. He's almost killing up the CK, but Afro blinks over, but then he blinks out. 4 heroes down for Na'Vi. The Tornado EMP. Tornado actually almost catches the CK. But Now Polarity will have a crack at Roshan. Difficult to do when Dendy is standing guard. But not impossible.
He has the perfect items to be a nuisance. He's not gonna get in range to actually fight them head on.
TK's taking some sweet ass time to do this. He already knows he's pretty low on life, and I doesn't have a lot left. Sunstrike. Oh, Apo's so low. And now Dendy looks for the tornado. He manages to pick up over on the CK, but he's up and towards the air. There goes your BKB. Kills off the OD. Dendy trying to play 1v4. He's getting some teammates respawning right now, and he is dusted up. But with the Force Spirits coming down now, Lil's into way too far. He'll blink over. Dendy will take out two. He's looking for a third with a cold snap. Ion's going to go down with a run over. The Force Spirits can't finish the job. He's at a 45 alive. The IO will manage to escape. Dendy still needs some space. And here it comes. Arsal has to create some for him. The Nightmare on top of Dendy. Doom will still end up getting the kill. Dendy's down for the count, but Roshan is not dead. Didira is back to the world of the living. And CK wants to have another crack. Dendy will just buy back. They want to have Roshan. They don't want to have an Aegis Immortal Chaos Knight, who now initiates on the most killed player on Na'Vi. Arsal down for Pasha. He's down for the count too. CK, he'll buy back into the game. The fight continues as Didira on the front line standing. A big tornado pickup. General, he's looking for something, but what have they really got? They've got the OD imprisonment, having to switch their targets now over towards Apo, who's still protected by the BKB. General, can he actually start sticking napalming up? Hello, Pasha. Back to the fight. Say goodbye to Didira. Say goodbye to Seneko. And say goodbye to General. They're all being tapped out and put in the silly corner as Na'Vi have lost 3 heroes to Afro, 4 in total. And Dendy once again is in this position where he's trying to play up against Polarity. But while he's doomed up, he doesn't stand much of a chance. He'll end up killing off the IO, but Phobos right behind him, purges him, kills him off. And that is 5 heroes down for Na'Vi. Dendy dead for a very long time, and Afro is already going for a GG push if possible.
Yeah, I think it's GG actually. The tier 4 is almost dead. What a crazy fight, if you can call it a single fight. It just went on for what seems like 3 minutes. Yeah, it's GG.
Woo! GG. Game number 1. It goes the way of Polarity. There was definitely a moment where it looked like Na'Vi could have come back, but damn, that CK. It's like there's nothing. Like it's a fitting image that at the very, very end, it's all the illusions surrounding the throne. I kind of felt like that was one of the biggest problems that Na'Vi faced. They just had no real way to deal with Pasha. Apo was definitely a beast, but then the BKBs kicked in and Na'Vi had a bit of hope, but then the BKB stopped dropping in duration, and then what happened?
Yeah, I think